Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. And that's a wrap on that. nice ride along song right there. So I am here to talk about uh, a guy called Blackwell from this sequence. This black guy in the screen that created a lot of hoorah and hoorays for no apparent reason other than he felt like he was doing something good. And maybe he felt like he did, y'all. I mean, I'm not gonna hate. But there's something to be said about somebody that still preaches hate and rhetoric. And if it came down to it being him or you, he would choose himself every time. Because why would you sacrifice yourself for somebody who truly hates you? And in any given moment, he will hurt you. And if you were in this situation, he definitely would not rescue you. So let's get that together. Let's get an understanding of that before we throw a coming to America parade for something that shouldn't have even been done, something that shouldn't even be held as a thing to them. I feel, in my opinion, I don't feel happy about it because we don't owe them anything, especially rescuing. And as much as y'all call black women the first to run to somebody's defense, you're the first to run to their defense for what? To help him look good? So I'm just asking a question about why. Why do we continually act like we need to be their hero when we don't owe them anything? Don't owe them anything. That's my only opinion about this, is why are we helping them? And then the speech at the end, well, it speaks for itself, my dear. It made me even more infuriated and embarrassed that we would be doing things like this and then trying to incorporate religion into slavery and call somebody your brother because their family was your first family's slave owner, which you feel like married you into the bloodline. And I'm going to this video of him having a view that was on TikTok, and you see what I mean. But before the interview ever happened, does something in the first few seconds. He says, "Hold on," that kind of made me feel like at that point nobody was gonna take you seriously, and the interview just it kept going somewhere but nowhere at the same time. So yeah, we're gonna start the video with him doing the interview.
No, let me on, man. I gotta put on these.
The stunning shades.
No, yeah, it's not stunning shades. It's more so of a lens, right? It's the lens I see.
So once they start saying your stunner shades, then the interview for them is kind of gonna be whatever at that point. So at this point, they're not taking you seriously and not just being real. Once you do something that uncharacterizes you, and at this point, you need to put on glasses to do what? To me, if you're doing something that changes who you are before you were the person, that rescued, then it's like you're going into a character act at this point, and I can no longer take you serious. Because one thing I know about before a person talks, they always do something that's going to make you feel like, oh, this conversation is not going to go the way I thought.
That nobody can see. I don't know how, I just can, right? Divine entity. Now, at the end of the day, my job.
Way to be fucking brave and try to fucking do something.
Yeah, my job, my purpose on earth, and my spirit told me, I'm the son of God, right? A lot of people gonna think I'm lying, and I just showed you again.
And there's nothing wrong with feeling this way. There's nothing wrong at all. To feel like because of who I am and who I was raised to be, that I did a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's the fact that where it ends up going and where this conversation ends up deep diving into without a bungee cord or a life vest, life jacket, none of that. It just goes into something where we're acknowledging another race and not acknowledging yourself for the good deed that you did, that you chose to do, that you put yourself on the front line for, that you would recognize somebody else instead of yourself.
It shows you again that I don't have to lie, but I move off love and unity. And that's how Jesus walked. If y'all Christians, that's how Yahweh walked. If y'all Africans and y'all roots, Yahweh walked and just showing love regardless of what somebody did to you. When they crucified them on the cross, he still forgave everybody for their sins. And they damn near killed them. So it's like, we can't treat hate with hate. Love overcome hate any day. When one motherfucker starts showing love, everybody show love. But if one person hates, everybody hates. It's a domino effect. It's like a domino.
And that's a fact. Just like that man that showed up, that agitator that you rescued, Jake Lang, and he was pushing you off of him. He had every ounce of hate in himself for you. And even after the fact, he's not gonna call you or recognize you or acknowledge you for what you did for him. Oh no, he's gonna go back into his cave and plan a different strategy of attack and as an agitator. So you can say, I'm gonna show them love instead of, with hate. Look, let's get over that. That is not happening. We have been doing that for centuries, trying to show love amongst hate, and when they go low, we go high. So we have tried all those things to the point where now, no, if you go low, beat you, I'm gonna already be there. Matter of fact, you're gonna be on the ground. That's how low you will go when you agitate, or if you touch me in a way that is threatening. Also, we can do that piece, but they always want to find ways to provoke you, like they did when they was spraying y'all with all those gas cans. Now, I don't have a problem with anybody protesting or anything. Do what you gotta do. But all I'm saying is, sometimes you gotta, you're not gonna disrespect me, and I'm not gonna be your savior either at the same time.
That's that, but it was my job and my purpose. Hey, let me see the watch. Hey, let me see the watch. Hey. Watch
this. Excuse me? See, something that I'm gonna replay.
Hey, come here.
So you can hear.
Hey, come here. My purpose. Hey, let me see the watch. Hey, watch this.
So then we go on to commit a criminal act, and then we publicly announce it during an interview. And then if further makes them see us the way they see us. See, if you're going to run somebody out, run them out. But don't commit a crime in between doing that, because all an agitator and a racist needs is something like this on video to further promote their agenda of hate.
Hey, hey, come here, come here. Hey, someone come here, Mel. Hey, check it out. You, come here. Yeah, you, yeah. Yeah, so look, keep that on. At the end of the day, this what he came, I don't know what this shit is. A fake ass, what they call these watches? Out of my protect. The world is fake, you hear me? All this shit is fake. Stop paying y'all money for this shit. You feel me? But that's the end of that, man. At the end of the day, just show love to anybody. No matter what they've done to you, just show love. You're gonna get blessed. Hey, I don't even know you. I don't even give a shit about this. That's how deep it's gonna get. I'm gonna leave it at this.
So this is the part where I have to prepare you for the words that will be coming out of his mouth. Sometimes you could be saying something honestly, and you could be thinking so many different word salads to say that you're talking in different sentences, but the words don't connect the way that you want them to connect. And sometimes that's why you might have to have something written down, or always practice on your speech when you're speaking up on Black history and slavery and all these different points of our past. And that's where this interview part just completely failed in the language that was used, basically.
Right? So we go back all the way down to slavery, right? My last name is Blackwell, and Blackwell was the first slave owner to ever own a slave. He was white. Now I'm gonna go back to it to show you, he's my brother. He's my brother. You know what I mean? Regardless of the color, he's my brother. Through slavery, his people fucked my.
See, his brother that is not your brother. That's not your brother. He's never going to claim you as his brother. I mean, for some people, it might mean something. No, it won't. Stop lying to myself. Why would I even think that, knowing that it's never true? He's not your brother because of slavery, number one. Those men chose to assault the Black slaves. They wasn't looking to be in a relationship to give us a bloodline of any kind. They have been erasing our history for forever to call somebody your brother, because in that history is not going to show that you and him are brothers at all. And he's going to let you know exactly where he stands in your comment and with that slavery comment.
He's my brother. He's my brother. You know what I mean? Regardless of the color, he's my brother. Through slavery, his people fucked my people, babies.
That's all I heard. I think I heard that coming from our ancestors, no doubt. And I think they really wanted to come down with switches and belts and just whoop him, basically. And teach him that under no circumstances do you kiss their asses, and make them think that we will ever be family for the lynchings and the beatings and the assaults and the discrimination and the oppressing that they've done. You think I'm going to claim them as a family member? You must be out your mind. Under no circumstances are you my brother or my sister. We can live together in harmony if that's what the ones that want to do. But I am not claiming you as a family member, because you don't know who you're claiming as a family member that will begin to plot and plan against you and your downfall. And they will switch destiny swap with you just to have your life. So please stop.
Generational thing, bro. We're family at the end of the day.
To be fair, I'm Scandinavian. We didn't own the slaves.
No, you ain't do it personally.
And that's where he lets him know, do me a favor. I'm Scandinavian. We didn't own any slaves. So he obviously knows about his family bloodline and knows for a fact that they didn't own any slaves, meaning they didn't assault them either. Also, making a point, he's not your brother. So he's letting you know, I'm not your brother. My family didn't own any slaves, and we didn't assault anybody. So therefore, you are not in the loop. Okay?
We ain't gonna put that on him, but like humans. I'm gonna say humans. Don't put a race on the humans.
Hey, have a good one, brother.
And oh God. And that was like the end of that. So I'm just like thinking, this was so sad, y'all. And I will never understand why we feel like we have to acknowledge them over your own greater good, over your own duty, and acknowledge them over something that you did willingly. You did it willingly. Nobody made you. He didn't need to be rescued. I mean, if you go out there, he's gonna learn the hard way. He thought as an agitator he was gonna get his people out there, and he wanted to create a chaos. He wanted to create their own little war. And all you could do is be on the other side. So the fact that you would just acknowledge them and make them feel a certain way is crazy. They will always find a way to correct you and make you look the way you sound. And that is why he corrected you on who and what he was about as a Scandinavian and a man whose family never owned slaves. So I would advise you to think before you speak, because the cause and effect is the man didn't want to be rescued by you that you rescued, because he doesn't respect you, your race, your family, or anybody that is for the greater good around him. And the effect was you interviewing and saying this, preaching this rhetoric that did not make any absolute sense. And also during the televised interview with you, you put on glasses and began waving at the crowd. This is not for play. This is something serious that people are going through. And to me, when you wear glasses, I feel like you're not trying to be genuine. And you're not trying to connect on what you're saying. Because you didn't. You did not connect on anything that you said. You completely threw the conversation to the wind. And like I said, you were trying to create different conversation, but you couldn't categorize it into one thing. You kind of went in different places with the slavery comment, and it should have just went where you could say, look, I was raised by a family that taught me how to respect others, and that taught me that in spite of how another person feel, I decided to help them out when they were in a dire situation, and not acknowledge them before yourself, because they don't matter. This was about you, and this was about who you were as a person. You identify yourself and let them know who you are and what you are about, because just like that Scandinavian man let you know who he was and what he was about and his family line was about, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you were supposed to do. And you didn't. Don't ever be afraid to acknowledge yourself and let people know, this is me and this is who I am. This is you and this is who you are. Not feel so much that you have to banter down and submit to them by acknowledging them over yourself. Are you serious? We already know that a lot of our last names have come from slave owners, and a lot of people have changed their names because of that. But I will not under any condition acknowledge somebody that disrespected, pillaged, terrorized my family from way back once. I will never acknowledge that person. Because why would they take the credit for what you just did as far as rescuing that man? He did not do that. You did that. The guy that was your family slave only was trying to destroy your family. Actually, he wasn't trying to rescue them like you were. He did not try to keep anybody from hurting them. He did not try to keep anybody from assaulting them. He did not try to keep anybody from agitating the slaves. He did not keep anybody from lynching the slaves. So why would you acknowledge him over and above who you are initially? And that's the problem when we have the older generation, the older racist generation has taught us to hate so much that it is in our blood. And in a way, they have used religion as a way to manipulate you guys. To change the Bible verse in a way that works for you, but mostly for them, to have control over your mind and the way you think and what you do and how you act. And that's not right, and that's not fair. See, some of these churches gonna have y'all out here like Tom Jones somewhere drinking Kool-Aid, because they already have a lot of them giving up their money for jets, homes, crawfish bowls, cars, clothes, jewelry, all that good stuff. And it's amazing how a person can give up that kind of money to one entity that is not above critique and that is not the Most High Yahshua. But they can't get y'all together in a congregation to raise money to pay for your kids and grandkids to go to college. They can't pay to help you with your rent, your water, electric, gas, car note, whatever. They can't pay for you when you're in the hospital sick. But if somebody on this channel, like me or any of the other content creators, was to ask you for a simple donation or like, follow, and subscribe, that is the hardest thing for you to do. And it's free. It's free. Free to do. But that's, some people won't do it. And that's all right with me. Because the ones that will wind up being my subscribers when I climb up the ladder will be the group that I will respect, and I will do all I can to help, to gather us up together, to help one another in the ways that people that I know that depended on the church to help them, the church wasn't there and caused people to lose their home. When these people have tied thousands of dollars, 25,000 and up, and then they have the nerve to ask you for a W-2. Just to keep up with what you're getting and where it's going. So it's good to be a Christian and do Christian-like things, but be careful about what part of that religion are you following? What rule to that are you following? And does it benefit you? It didn't benefit him. I don't see him nowhere on a GoFundMe where these people are raising money for him or anything. This was just a one-hit wonder video that went absolutely nowhere. And maybe they should scrap it, but it will always be in their collection as to for the white man that he claims that is his brother, for them to laugh at and say, see, look, they got to put on glasses before they do it. And look, he's acknowledging and even they'll even say, why would you acknowledge a slave owner before acknowledging yourself as a hero? See, your friend, the Scandinavian buddy, tried to help you by saying we were just out here doing good. And he was trying to give you the script that, hey, look, we assemble like the Avengers and let's follow that script line and get out of here. Don't go into convulsions of the mouth. But nevertheless, that's where he went and that's where it was. And with that being said, that's the end of my video. And hopefully I will be back with another one today. I have been uploading videos, y'all, that have been going nowhere. Somehow my audio was acting up, and hopefully it's up by the time I upload this video, because I'm gonna edit and I'll find out. Whew, good luck to me. And I can get this uploaded, and once this is uploaded, I can come back with another story. But that end of our stories today, guys. And I would like to thank you so much for tuning in, and please get follow and subscribe and comment. Also, tell me what you like to hear and see from me, and I will do my best to accommodate in those areas. Okay, guys, I will see you later. Bye.